the thing that I thought about is back in the days when there was no assets, or say assets in terms of digital assets, right? When there was nothing, there were people who were making money somehow without starting anything or having anything. So how was it happen? They were collecting scrap metals, plastics, or some sort of a kind of a garbage, but it's not a garbage actually, because those were able to be recycled, right? So you want to use those technique or idea once again. So in this world, there is a lot of assets that you have, digital assets that you have, that you can resell it, reuse it, or provide it to the right audience, right? With this way you can start your income without spending a lot of time and money, basically. So the process of this collecting scraps, metals, plastics, and all those things, how it started is just you just go and ask people of the things that they don't use it, right? You clean it up, you make it in a very neat and tidy way, and then resell it, right? At least your investment was zero in terms of money, but in terms of the time and the way you sell and the way you get the contents, right? The items was something that you have work on. So those are considered as your assets. Now on the other side, in this digital world, if you looked at it, there are many YouTube channels. They just copycat everything. At the end, what you need to do is that as the content owner to permit you so that you can share the files, make it in your own way, but be specific in not like just put every content in one channel, but be specific in one particular things, in one particular concepts, ideas, or product line or service line, right? So that your resource become one point of information, or say a library for any information that somebody specifically want to look for. So for example, if you want to repost about software programming course, right? Let's say you want to post about PHP, so you will just only share the contents of PHP in your channel, for example in YouTube or in social media like Facebook or Instagram. But I would say use for Instagram, and also use for using YouTube. One of the good way to make money in YouTube is by the more content you have, the more resourceful contents you have in your sites, people will be visiting your sites anyway, which is your what do you call it, the channel of your YouTube. And if you monetize your YouTube after, I think 1,000 subscriber, or I think after 4,000 minutes of view, something like that, once you are done with that, you are opening a gateway to make money without you participating every day on this activity. But you just have to have the resource so that people spend more time viewing your contents, right? And so that they can focus on, YouTube can focus on ads on your account. At the same time, similar to Instagram, there is a lot of ways that 10 to 20 ways that you can make an income from Instagram. So you just have to focus on what are the products that you want to highlight or share to your own audience. You know, you cannot just bring up everything just for like jewelries. Like you cannot just share things like watches, rings, bracelets, and all those stuff. Now if you're doing things like a watch, just go with a watch, right? If you're doing with a bracelet, just go with a bracelet, or earrings, you know, something like that. Just go with one product line at a time, or one product per channel. That's the best way to attract more organic audience, right? What we need is organic audience, not to just increase your followers who can pay you more and all those things. They are not going to pay you But who's gonna pay you are the one who will be willing to sponsor in your channel, because you have the organic audience, and there is an opportunity for those people who sponsor you that they get return of their investment, right? This is what we are looking for. So go back to the same mindset of that what has been done in hundreds and hundreds years ago, or like in a couple of decades ago. This was the same kind of idea and concepts that were being applied, and you can still use it with the digital information here. The best way to do, if you have a content, if you want to do with the books or anything which you are interested with, all those resources are already available in internet world. You just have to ask for the copyright or sharing the contents permissions from the respective owner. So you should not be banned, or you should not be restricted to use the limitations of whatever the contents that you want to supply, right? So once if the owners accept, or the way to negotiate to get them accept is by negotiating the deal, saying that you are going to get this sorts of commissions and percentage on whatever the resource that has been valuable to the customer, and they purchase the product, right? So at the end, the guy who is creating the contents, or the original owner of the contents, or the proprietary owner of these the assets, is not losing any money, but he is just getting a passive income, because you're trying to help and contribute in his own resource, which is valuable to everybody, right? So that's the best way to make and think about it logically. How can we bring that back of those scrap metals and all those things in this today world? There are guys who can use your waste for their goals, right? Somebody garbage becomes somebody's goals, something like that, right? There's a thing. So it's the similar concept here. Try to use that way. If you want me to share you more information about this, feel free to let me know. I'm glad to share you, and looking forward for you to grow and be more independent in this world. Do not rely on somebody else, but rely on yourself, your potential. You have more than what you know. You can do more than what you think, right? Just have the positive mindsets of the clear vision of where you want to be, and give a deadline and timeline for everything that you want to do, so that you should not fail and get in vain and depressed about it. Always have a question, ask. Thank you. Have a good day.